and then it's going to have to be done over again. So I have to create a system of hiring, a system of controlling, a system of rewarding so that the job gets done and gets done properly. Then the other issue that people don't really think about is the law of diminishing returns. The law of diminishing returns. How high can I make this pyramid? What types of businesses can I make a big pyramid? You, sir, as a landscaper, this is what happens in the landscaping business. At first, you cut the lawns yourself when you start. Then you hire somebody underneath you, and then he shares the work. Then perhaps you get 4 or 5 people underneath you, and you have a crew. So you have your first crew, which is successful because you're working on that first crew and you're there all the time. But then let's say you want to buy another route that's 5 miles away. Well, if he's going to buy another route that's 5 miles away, he has to hire a manager for that crew. Now, the manager for that crew has to make more money than a regular worker. But the customers aren't going to pay any more money. Is this manager going to be as good as you? Does this manager care as much as you do? What's going to make that manager care? Are you going to make him a partner? Are you going to pay him on commission? These are all the things that have to be tweaked as you're moving forward with your business. Because you're failing, finding a little success, failing again, finding a little bit more success, until you get better at picking who the person is. But certainly we all know if you hire your cousin, even though he's a great guy, he's not going to feel, he's going to be empowered not to behave. Now, I'm not saying every cousin, but when you intertwine the relationships, you're losing power. Right? That's how it goes. So eventually, we're going to get to a level of no return. Maybe you can have 2 routes and be making money on the second route. But after a certain point, there's only so many levels where you lose control and you actually start losing money on those routes. Now, there's a positive and a negative part of that. The positive part is that allows people like you to become very profitable running your own small business. And you don't have to compete against Kmart and huge multinational corporations, so that's your niche market. On the negative end is that there might be a limit of 3 routes before, or let's say having 1 big route with 300 people before it starts to have a diminishing return on it. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Let's take, for example, what you said about this lawn mowing business. What does public relations has to do with this type of business?
Public relation, how does that have to do with his business?
Yes.
More specifically, what type of public relation would we talk about?
Public relation in general. When we talk about public relation, how friendly are you? How well do you know people? That's what I mean by
oh, okay. That's a great question.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Public relationship and how he does his business has everything to do with having a personal relationship with your clients and meeting people and being friendly and having a personal relationship. And that attracts attracts clients to your business. And I always say that there always has to be a mayor in every successful small business. Some guy has to have the personality of the town mayor. He goes around, he shakes everyone's hands, he goes to parties, he knows everybody in town. And he is a successful person in the small business. So yes, public relations has everything